Hello, friends and neighbors. Welcome to another production of the program here on TV. Once today, every day, turn the machines and live forever. Here we go. I'm alive. I made it back around to Tuesday. Who would have thought that I could have lived this long? It's another day, another life. 3,636 lives. 3636. That's a thing. 3636. September 1st. Wow. I didn't even know what day it was. I knew it was Tuesday. I didn't realize that it's September. So, wow, look at that. We made it to September. You can call the number up there. It's 360-836-4384. Or you can get onto the Zoom by going to YDHWM.com. That's how you get onto the Zoom. Yesterday, there was some kind of weird Zoom stuff going on with that guy, Angel. Remember this? So yesterday, I don't know if there were. So if you're getting on Zoom, I'm concerned about those. I don't know if I'm concerned about them, but I'm thinking about those bombers. So identify yourself on the Zoom and say, I'm here to say things. I have things to say, not just a bomber. Yesterday I did the program at 8:45 with James and Heather, and Laura was there, and Jeremy was there. Quite the day. Now, nobody's here. Maybe they'll be here in a minute, though, because it's only a few minutes in, but everybody, this kind of seems to happen all the time, is that everybody crowds up, if that makes sense. And then they're like, oh yeah, all of them on one day. So if we had like Laura on one day and James and Heather, they're duo, I guess. But if we had James one day and Laura one day, things like that. But well, we have all these people on all the days, and it's something. It's a thing. It's good. It's better than other things. Some things are better than other things. But is it going? Yeah, I gotta keep moving my hair to make sure the video's going. Just keep moving. The program was on 8:45 with them, and then today I've been sleeping. Yesterday I did some writing, and then I did some sleeping, and then I did some eating today, and now I'm back here reading, writing, eating, program. Yeah, that's right. Tuesday. So I didn't get out there too much, but I still want to try to say things. You know? Things. What do I have to say? Like topics. It doesn't have to be like things that I did. I'm like, oh, what'd you do today? But I'm just going to try to think of other things. Like, things. Like, I didn't get out of the house today, but I did go walk around the street. I did see somebody doing like a dance in the street, and they looked pretty happy, and it was weird, and it looked kind of performative. They were doing a dance on the bike, and they were throwing the bike around, and they were swinging this rope around, and it looked like it was a dance, but they were by themselves, and they didn't have a shirt. So it's like, hey, are you can I watch you do this? Are you gonna make eye contact with me and be like, why are you looking at me? And be like, well, you're doing something that seems mildly performative, but maybe it wasn't. And who knows what's like public and private, and the rules maybe have changed between privacy and not privacy. The guy wasn't wearing a mask or a shirt. Neither, but he was doing a dance. And it's like, that's a thing. Riding his bike, dancing around. Are you having fun? Are you practicing? Are you learning? Are you doing something? You're just having freestyle living. So I don't know what he was doing. Freestyle living, I guess. And that's something I saw when I was outside. I just sat in my yard. I was reading a little bit. I got the Kindle, and every time somebody walked by, you look up and you see people. But now we're at the point where somewhat normalized, when people are sick. Are people sick? You still think they're sick, or they're not sick, or they're living, or lots of potential lots of potential things could be happening. Yeah, should we get on the phones? I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying to say things. I didn't look at the messages yet. I'm trying to do this thing like I used to. In the before times back in early March, I was making a kind of a thing to sit here for 15 minutes before I get on anything else, like before I get on the phones, before I get onto, well, I'm already on the Zoom though, but the Zoom is more like just like me being present, so if you want to get on here and then you could possibly do it. So potentially people could have walked up to the studio and walked in and just been like, hey, I'm here. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's kind of what the Zoom is. So the Zoom is just the open door, but the messages, that's where I'm going to be doing things. So I made it a point to try to just like do this, like live for about 15 minutes before I got into the other things. I don't know where the waves the birds. There they go. We hadn't had the birds in a while. I don't know how long the birds have been up. So it's like I'm going to try to get like 15 minutes in to do a thing, but now, we're at 7 minutes of what have I been doing? The studio's still out there. I don't know if Freddy's been going to the studio or if he's just took a lot of pictures or he's using old pictures and stuff, but the studio exists, and I'm thinking, still thinking about going over there. Some people do, but I'm also like don't want to leave the house necessarily if I didn't have to, and today I didn't leave the house, and I guess on my days off I don't leave the house, so it's like, do I want to leave the house, or do I want to go to the studio, or do I go do things, or do I want to stay here and not go do things? They're always saying stay safe, stay home, stay safe, and I don't know, that message was like too much for me. Now I'm like, oh, is anything other than that? Is that the safe thing to do, or is this the safe thing to do? So I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to that studio. Usually it's kind of like probably, it's like likely that nothing will happen, but it's also potentially something could happen. You can go to the studio and just say hi and walk over there and avoid the people and go in there, but there's nobody in the studio itself. But I don't know if it's a traveling or just like the nature of it or the idea of it even. It's like what is it that I'm trying to look out for? I ate this is my breakfast, but then I didn't eat it all, and now I'm eating it for dinner too. Which is just like this kind of spaghetti meal thing with like meat and spinach and pasta and eggs and stuff. So that's what I'm eating. Just eat it all day. Just made a big breakfast and then just eat a little bit of it. That's all you need to eat. Oh, no, not great. Food, not great food. I should try to be eating food that I actually like instead of just this kind of thing. Alright, let's get on here. Let's check the messages. I don't know if anybody's on the messages. No, nobody has left any messages for like 3 days, though, which has been pretty weird. Moderately weird, anyway. What was this? Somebody leave a message, or we're going to be day 3, no messages? Let's see, day 3, no messages. Wow. I was going to go and check these messages, but day 3, no messages, so I'm just going to keep saying stuff and live and doing this thing. Yeah. Call and leave a message. Where's like Berd and Mr. Ginsu and Mark the guitar player, John Webster. Maybe this whole YouTube thing is getting people so that they're placated by YouTube and you don't need to call anymore because you're seeing this thing and it's like a live thing and it's not the same, and who's using phones, who's using their voice to call people anymore. Anyway, I've been doing a lot more corresponding over texting these days than seeing people, and now if you see people in person, it's be weird. It'd be like, oh, I thought you're just a robot. People in the text world, I mean, even this way, I'm somewhat of a robot because I am living in your machines. But I do exist in a way at some place. But I don't know if, even for myself, I exist more as a robot than to myself because I see myself on the screen more than in the mirror. You never see yourself, directly. But a mirror is pretty much seeing yourself. Like, if you look at the mirror, it's like the light bouncing off your face, bouncing off the mirror, bouncing back into yourself. I think it's pretty much the same thing. Seeing yourself, like, if you look at the mirror. Look at the mirror, Freddy, you know? You hearing this?
I'm looking at the screen rather than in a mirror, I think. You see yourself like on your computer screen or on your camera screen, and usually you're reflected just like in a mirror too.
Oh yeah. Oh, the mirror is reflected, yeah, but it's still.
Okay. But on my screen, I'm actually looking this way. You know, you're seeing me the right way, but I'm seeing me reversed.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The
leaving messages is like a lost art. Like, people aren't leaving messages. Maybe not just on the program, but maybe not in the world or something.
Yeah, I think and it's been that way for a while. It's not just the virus that's they make the messages and go down.
It's true.
People are using texting, but I'm thinking about the mirrors. Mirrors are like still like just like the light, the actual light of yourself bouncing off your face and back into your own eyes.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Well, it's not the same. It's not the same as the cameras, though.
Yeah, the camera's like taking the light and then making like little tiny other lights to shine an image of that light that shined on your face.
Yeah, they're interpreting the world a little bit in a way. So not with the mirror though. The mirror is like pretty much like looking at yourself. Because I was saying you can't see yourself like directly.
I think you have to look through two mirrors so that you're like facing. You're like, because one mirror like flips you one way, and then the other mirror would flip you back the other way.
Then you're looking at the back of your head.
But yeah, at least you're really seeing it. You know, you're seeing it the way that other people see it.
This is when other people look at the back of their own head. Oh, let's see. Is this real? Oh, that looks like what is that? A bird. It's Berd, not a bomber.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Just out for a walk with the dogs.
Nice. Oh, that's a cute dog.
Yeah. Put some new batteries in my headlamp.
Things?
Yeah, well, he was almost about ready to make number 2 there, but sometimes he just kind of, stops. He's like about to do it, and then he just
maybe it's a fart.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a bunny.
Oh, they're gonna try to chase that
bunny up there. Yeah, they would like to, but they would never catch it.
Yeah, that's not about catching it; it's about chasing.
Yeah, that's true.
Have they ever? When they were caught it, they don't know what to do.
Yeah, Daisy would just think it's a toy, and she probably wouldn't kill it, but she might injure it.
Don't try to kill their toys. That's what cats do.
Yeah.
They kill their toys, throw them around.
That's true. Yeah.
Jackson's there too. Hi, Jackson.
Hello.
Wow. Hey.
Hey, Jackson.
Oh, there you are. Oh.
Hey.
How are you, Jackson? What are you doing?
Doing all right. I was just reading The Shining.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's good.
How far into it are you?
Like 57 pages.
You never saw the movie?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know how you missed that movie. They're playing that movie at the movie theater.
Wait. I have seen it.
Oh. They open the movie theater in Lacey, and they're playing old movies, and I would if it was a regular world, I want to go see those movies, but I'm not going to go to the movie theater. It's crazy.
Whoa, really? They're playing old movies?
They're playing Friday the 13th, and they're playing The Shining.
Whoa, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That'd take a little bit of willpower for you there not to go.
Well, not really. But it is a blow to my something. What is it a blow to?
My coworker went to a movie.
What? Which one?
It's one of the new ones. What is it?
Tenet?
What?
Tenet?
No, the other one.
Is that one out?
I think so. In Lacey?
Mm-hmm. In Lacey, or is that the only one that's open?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lacey then, definitely.
They tell you about it?
Yeah, I don't remember what the movie was. It was some movie. They said they didn't really recommend it.
Huh. I went to a bad movie.
Yeah, they said it was like maybe it was intense and scary, but not that good.
Is it worth killing over? Like,
Yeah, I guess so.
People
he
always
said
saying,
it was
like-
pretty safe. He felt safe. They seat you pretty far away from other people.
Yeah.
They thought they were the only ones in the whole theater, but it turned out there was actually 2 people in the very back of the theater they didn't even know.
people are worried about dying. I'm more worried about killing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to kill someone else.
But still, even in the whole theater, that's like the worst possible like situation.
What is the theater?
Indoors, prolonged contact with it.
Yeah, that's true. But
So,
they are pretty big rooms, I suppose. Could
Yeah.
be slightly worse.
I wonder how the air circulation is in the theater.
Yeah, and they have the concessions open? Are people like eating? Because that would be really bad. It seems like I could almost get behind it if you kept your mask on the whole time. But if you can't even get people to keep their masks on in the grocery store, I guess do you really expect them to keep their masks on while they're watching a whole movie?
I think they're doing the same like restaurant style. Like you have to wear your mask unless you're eating. And then it's like, what else are you gonna be doing in there? Like,
Yeah,
so that's where the theater
I'm
gets.
not going to do it, but I've thought about it. I went to the drive-in movie theater. I thought that was fine. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just in my car.
Well, I still haven't left my block, so it's not really. I'm not
You gotta,
really.
like put a movie on the side of the building and outside
Yeah.
the projector.
It's more about the sound for me at the theater. Like they have a really nice sound system. But I'm not gonna do it. But they're playing The Shining, and Jack's you could read the book in the theater, even though they're not
Wow.
really that similar.
You can read right along.
Yeah. I think I read slower than the movie.
Yeah, the movie's really, but the movie's really long. Well, it's not that long. I don't know how long the movie is, but the book is really long.
Yeah. It's like 400 pages.
That's it?
I don't think it's more than that.
Oh, well,
Really long.
yeah. I guess it's still pretty long. Rather long.
Normal.
I thought it was longer, but and after you read the book, then you can watch the TV adaptation of The Shining, which is a weird thing that they made, which is like follows the book more closely, and it's like 4 hours long or something. It's like a
Whoa.
It's
Well,
funny
it's like-
that Stephen King still, I mean, he just keeps giving adaptation rights, even though, as far as I'm aware, he's been pretty much not happy with 90% of what's been made.
yeah. Well, I think
It makes so much money.
yeah, I think he's getting the money, so he's like, I don't like it, but I'll do it anyway for money.
I guess that's true. I guess you don't have to do much. You just have to be like, they're like, can we use your book and make a movie? And he's like, okay.
Because really, when you read his books, they don't seem like they're gonna make for a good movie.
Really? Yeah.
Like to me, like, yeah. Like I don't know what would.
They didn't really make for a good. I mean, Shining was good, but
Yeah, but that's because it was.
like liberties that he wasn't happy with.
Yeah, The Shining was good because it was so far away from the book.
Yeah.
They like took
They had
the
to change the fog. Was that the fog? Is that what I'm thinking of?
the
Or is it
mist,
The mist?
the mist with the grocery store alien.
Yeah, the grocery store. They had to rewrite the whole ending because it was definitely like sort of a short story ending and not a movie ending at all. And I think that was my favorite story of Stephen King's adaptations because he saw it in the theaters and he was actually like surprised himself at the end.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
yeah, go see that one.
Pretty funny.
I saw
And that
one.
ending is woof. That's a tough one.
There's somebody in that movie who was in. I was in the Man in the High Castle television pilot,
Oh
and
yeah,
the star of the pilot was in that movie.
really?
So then it's like, wow, movies are real or something, you know?
So more real than Europe, huh?
Like I saw that person, yeah. So now I have a direct connection with it a little bit. Where you walking, Berd? Berd, can't hear me?
Oh yeah, we're on the Chehalis Western Trail.
Oh,
Really?
There's a dog in the house there.
I could come over there. I could get on my bike and I could come there.
Yeah, how
Oh.
close are you?
I'm pretty close.
Yeah.
the crescent, laughing.
Yeah.
Did you make it
Yeah.
on the? I don't know if you made it
I
on
was
the.
showing her the dogs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's the moon is I think full right now.
Oh yeah.
It's,
Full moon in Pisces is what someone told me.
yeah.
Is
I
it?
think that's right.
Is it full moon only once? Zodiacs. Is that
I
what
don't
it
know.
is?
We're not
Yeah.
in Pisces season, so it must mean it's something else.
Oh.
It's Virgo.
it's the-
Virgo.
It means the sun and the moon are on opposite sides of the earth.
Man, do you know how many are there? 12?
There are, yeah, one for each month.
There's 13 full moons in a year.
What for each
Oh.
month? But then all the
Yeah,
months?
usually most years I believe.
The
Because
zodiacs don't line up
There should
with.
be 13 months. Why are there 12 months? I don't like that.
yeah, because it's an even number. You know, it's
I was actually just
Yeah.
talking about this. I think that we are oversimplifying our time system, especially with
There's
this whole
the moon.
year thing. Oh wait, Bird's got a really good shot of the moon. Bird, say
Yeah, can you-
something.
Can you see it? There's the moon. There it is.
Yeah, it looks like a little sliver.
Yeah.
Small.
Can you zoom in?
No, I don't think so. Not on Zoom. You can't zoom on Zoom.
You're on Zoom, can't zoom.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
messed up.
you can't have your light on either for video.
Oh yeah, nope.
So maybe if you upgrade to the, pro version.
We're already on the pro version. We're paying $15 a month to be able to video chat with everybody.
You can walk to the Chehalis Western Trail from where you're at, Bird.
Yeah. It's like quarter mile from my house at the
I wonder
moment.
which lake you're on. Are you going
It's
east or
Chambers
west?
Lake. Chambers Lake. Right now we're going south, right along Chambers Lake
Does that
by
and then
the
that
Edge Lake community.
the trail goes like down by like I don't know if I can. It's like not that hard to like bike across town from this part of town to that part of town.
That's the Woodland Trail, I believe. It starts up at East Side by Watershed.
Woodland Trail intersects it at that roundabout in Lacey.
But then it's like
Yeah.
if like the hills, like to bike across the town, the hills are really crazy to like bike up the hill, like the East Side Hill. But somehow the trails cut the hill, so it's not so.
Oh yeah, it makes
Steep?
it really gradual because a train used to run on there, I believe.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
it's like a rail grade.
So I can get on there. Maybe I should go. I should bike across town because I haven't been to Lacey in a long time.
That's a good way to get to Lacey for sure.
I mean, like the
Yeah.
like,
Easier than going up the hills.
a lot of things in my life. It's been the longest since I haven't been there, but this is like way by far the longest I haven't been to Lacey.
And it's the closest of the things you can list, you know?
Yeah, Lacey's like right and pretty close.
Yeah, you can go all the way from the town of Rainier to Woodard Bay nature area on the trail, and then when you get to Rainier, there's the Yelm to Nino Trail, so you can go all the way from Tenino to Yelm. So
Maybe I should go to Lacey.
yeah,
Jackson, when was the last time you were here? I think it's been a while.
It's been a while. Hey,
We-
look, I figured out something.
Uh,
Well, hold on a sec. If I pin myself, I can zoom.
Whoa,
oh, hey.
look at that. You're zooming all over the
You
place.
How do you
can
pin
zoom
yourself?
on Zoom. I double tap my image,
okay,
and you can double you have to be on the all of the full screen, like with all the people, and find
Okay.
your image. But I could like pin yours.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm about to
Do
zoom.
not move.
Oh, hey.
Yeah,
Zoom
it was
in.
working.
There it is.
Hey, look at that. Zoom it on Zoom. Hey, that's a pretty nice moon.
Moon.
It's coming through.
It's much better. I'm glad we figured that out.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Nice one.
When was the last time we were talking to you, Jackson?
I don't know. I called in about the KFC thing, finger licking.
Yeah, that was... What day was that? That was, Friday? Was it Friday?
I don't remember. I mean, the days don't mean anything to me anymore.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's called the spreadsheet.
Oh, he's gonna look at the spreadsheet.
Finger
Hey,
licking.
That was last Tuesday. That was.
Oh, last Tuesday. So, Jackson, you're making a thing of Tuesdays, huh?
Wow, no, I guess so. I have to say, I grabbed a free box of VHS tapes, so I'll maybe drop those off at your place tomorrow
what'd you
or
get?
soon.
Oh, yeah.
Anything
They
good?
weren't very good. Here, I'll look through them.
Madeline has
They're
an
not very
uncle
exciting.
who sadly has ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease.
Uh-huh.
We went and visited him today to bring him a TV and a bunch of VHS tapes and a VCR because it's challenging when you have a hard time using your motor functions to use computers or even DVD players and remote controls and all that stuff.
Yeah.
VHS tapes are so, physical and the buttons are big on the thing. Easy to use, so hopefully he'll be
All
getting
right.
some of those. Jackson's got some tapes here.
Hey.
Sleepless in Seattle.
That's some classic tapeover
Wedding
movies.
Planner, The Wedding Planner, Wizard of Oz, Black Ladder. I don't know what this stuff is.
Some British television show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a taste of
Tapeover. That's
British humor.
tapeover for sure.
I don't know. That's the guy who's Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean is the black guy.
Yeah, I don't really like him when Mr. Bean doesn't talk.
Here,
When he's
there's
Mr. Bean. When he starts talking,
Yeah.
that's when I want to tape over him.
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, yeah. You know what I realized? Those are like the only way to watch the old versions of Star Wars, if you care.
Sweet and Lowdown.
Don't know about that one.
Looks bad.
But the Wedding Planner is something taped over a lot of times. Classic tape over
Hi-fi.
movies. Hi-fi, lo-fi.
All right.
Well, you got
so
those, huh?
these are good tapeover. That's
You got-
what I thought.
You got your VCR?
I don't know if I do. I don't think I have a VCR.
I wonder what happened. Nobody ever comes back with those Canadian kids. They're like, I'm gonna come back, and I don't think they have.
Yeah, what the hell?
They probably, I don't think they had watched the program. They probably went back and watched the episodes, and they were like, what is this? So
Yeah. And yeah, you would know. It's like you would know if they came back. I think of anyone.
yeah, they haven't come back. At least definitely not on here. Maybe they've been watching YouTube potentially, but
I wanted to talk about this like 4-year year or the coin. I'm coining a phrase of maybe the hyper year because I'm thinking that we need to reimagine what we're doing with time. I'm excited to hear about this whole moon thing that you get 13 full moons in a year because already I thought we should have 28-day months, 13 28-day months.
yeah, that would probably fit with the moon.
I've talked about that, yeah, and it wouldn't be like maybe on the lunar cycle exactly, but it'd be like more representational of the lunar cycle in that way.
Is the lunar cycle like actually like every 28 days or whatever, or is it even number of days with the full? Do you know Berd? Berd knows moon stuff.
Yeah, Berd, do you know about that?
I think that there's slight perturbations in the orbit enough that maybe it's like a few hours difference at different times of the year, but
A few hours,
think
a few days.
a few hours.
So if we
but it's
basic,
pretty much 28 days for the lunar cycle, pretty consistently.
yeah,
Because
But,
what the moon is doing is more like when it's a full moon, that just means that the sun is on like the opposite side enough that the Earth's shadow isn't casting on the moon. So it's not really something the moon is doing. It's a position in space somehow.
Yeah. The moon always has the same side pointing toward the Earth.
Yeah.
geosynchronous or whatever. Yeah. So.
Well, anyway, so that's one adjustment.
Yeah.
But the other one is
Eating lettuce?
What?
You eating garden lettuce?
Oh no, these are guacamole chips.
Oh, okay.
Guacamole on them already. They're guacamole.
You go to grocery outlet?
Guacamoleans.
You go to grocery outlet?
Yeah,
How? Oh, I want to get. Well,
How is it?
Yeah.
they're good, but
I-
I think they're giving me a stomach ache.
How about the grocery
Oh, no,
outlet though?
Oh,
how,
yeah.
how is
Wouldn't
the
be
outlet?
surprised.
Gross out.
Oh, how's grocery outlet? It's great.
I need some sriracha, like
You
really
should get
bad.
some.
I'm desperate.
I feel like grocery outlet is pretty safe. They've got plexiglass. I very rarely see people without masks. People keep their distance. I was there. There was probably like 15 customers when I was in the store, but it was kind of late. So.
Yeah. We've been doing like shopping at Costco and try and go
I had a
late.
really bad experience at Costco actually.
Oh, really? Well, if you go
People were,
like on the
taking
week,
their masks off after they made it through like the checkpoint of the people. There's like a whole family with no masks.
Oh yeah, I got suspended from Twitter today.
Really?
what?
Yeah, because there was this video of this guy in Chipotle. He's an anti-masker, and he's like screaming at the guys behind the counter while he's standing in line waiting to order.
Oh.
And they're like, you need to leave. And I wrote, he should be tased. And and so they suspended me for that because I was wishing harm on another
yeah.
person.
Makes sense.
But
wish
I
harm
was
on another
like, what if
person.
he's a super spreader? What if he's spreading the disease? I mean, he's the one who's doing the harm by not.
Yeah. If you get tased, you're gonna yell and then be extra spready.
Probably. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
They should chloroform them.
Yeah.
Then you're covering your face.
The ether,
wish-
like
I wish you would have like a sudden realization of his impact and empathy, like a sudden influx.
That
of
guy
empathy.
should
Yeah.
think about his personal values.
instant empathy.
You should probably go
Spontaneous
back
empathy.
to like 5th grade science class.
That would be a good
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah.
Empathizer, Ray. Whoa, what I'm doing is wrong. And hurting others.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Yeah, I
How
still
long are you
have.
gonna be suspended for, Bird?
12 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. Once I had to delete the tweet, and then they said I could appeal the decision, but I was like, whatever. I mean, I guess. Like saying you wish somebody would go to jail for committing a crime. I guess. I mean, where do you,
Yeah, is that?
like, where do you? Is that wishing harm?
I'd rather be
or-
tased than be put into our criminal justice system. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
I still
guess
haven't been in
physical harm-
stores.
Physical harm.
I haven't been to any stores since February.
Why February? You started way back then, before?
Was it not? Was it March?
Yeah,
Probably
March.
Oh.
It was like the first episode in the house was, I think, March. What? 20.
Oh, the end of
24th.
March. The last
Yeah,
time I went to the store was like the day I went and stocked. I went to the grocery outlet actually and stocked up in the dollar store, and I rode the bus there.
Oh yeah.
And then I stocked up on a bunch of cans. And
Right. You stopped riding the bus a little bit before going into the basement, right?
yeah, I was
I think
biking
that's
a little
right.
first.
Like mid-March, you weren't riding the bus. I know that.
Yeah. No, I'm not riding the bus. No, I'm not going to stores. None of that. Not in the movie theater. Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I should go to the store. I could like definitely bike to Safeway.
Yeah.
But I could just get a delivery too. So it's like
Oh man, I would not want to go to Safeway.
no.
That's probably fine.
Costco is better. You're going to Costco?
I don't know.
Costco makes people wear a mask when they come in the door. The trouble with Costco is there are people who are like hate Costco because they're so like stringent or strict on masks, and so they'll go just to get in the door and take their mask off. Is what I think. But
What?
I saw it
Man,
happen.
why be a jerk about it? It's like
People love being
just
jerks.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to jerk or be a jerk. What'd you eat for dinner, Jackson?
I made a hamburger.
Oh. Sounds-
Grilled it.
Burger.
On the grill, it sounds good.
Yeah, it was good.
You got pickles?
No, we're out of pickles. That's one thing that we didn't have for these burgers.
Gonna go to Costco?
If they have these spicy pickles at Costco,
Oh,
we were gonna try and go tonight, but got too late.
what kind of spicy pickles? You gonna try to drop those tapes off with me? Maybe I should give you these pickles. I don't know. I got some spicy pickles that I don't really enjoy too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A little too spicy for me. They're like,
Well, I guess we'd probably eat them.
they're not so spicy that I can't eat them, but they're so spicy that it's like, whoa!
Uncomfortable.
Wow, that's spicy. Yeah, and I thought it was going to be, when I bought them from the internet, I thought it was going to be a light spice. It said spicy pickles, and I was like, okay, that sounds good. But they're too spicy for me. I like some spice, but not too much spice. It's a very small window of where my spice preference is. Yeah. Scissors. I got an eyebrow hair, single eyebrow hair. I've been trying to pull it out, but I can't get a very good grip on it. But one is longer than the other ones. I don't know if it got weird after I shaved my eyebrows. This one hair grew back weird, but it's longer than the other ones. And I'm gonna get some scissors and cut off this single eyebrow hair or eyebrow. I don't know. I guess the whole thing is the brow.
The whole brow?
No,
Yeah,
there's this one that's longer than the other one. It's just like about to poke me in the eye. Actually, it's so long.
little hair.
And it's like one is rogue and not falling out.
That was the word I was going to use too. Rogue hair.
Yeah, it's a rogue hair. It's like the only one. The other ones are falling in line and they fall out. You know, like when your eyebrows, like when I shave my eyebrows, and then they grew back, but every time they grow to the length they are, then they fall out.
Yeah.
And you have some behind you, so there's like, where are all these eyebrows?
They're just growing. I think the tiny ones are there, right?
But they're just like in your home or something. I guess they're so small they just go. I guess you sweep them up or something.
They're falling out all the time. Yeah, I'll see them on like I've been using a scanner more often lately, and I'll find little tiny eyebrow hairs. And,
Oh yeah, you found your eyebrows, huh?
yep.
Hmm.
You gotta wipe them off the scanner.
Gotta blow them off with your breath.
Yeah.
But remember,
Breath
if they're
with all the COVID in it.
eyelashes, you gotta make a wish.
Oh yeah.
Don't get confused.
Well,
Those are good wishes.
How can you tell the difference between an eyelash and an eyebrow when you eyebrow hair once they're
I
like
don't know.
on the ground?
I mean, some of your eyelashes are longer, but if they're around the same size, I don't know how you would tell.
Yeah, you might have to catch that eyelash right as it's coming out.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well, I mean,
it gets stuck in your lid a little bit.
If you like make a wish on an eyebrow, what would happen? Monkey paw?
Monkey paw. not the. It would just be
Who's that?
false. That was the messages to the future tape. I'm queuing it up.
Oh, that's good.
Did you see yesterday with the dogs? Or did you hear about William the seagull that died?
Oh.
No, William.
Did you hear it? Did you see that one? I know you changed the episode a little bit.
That's terrible.
Freddie changed the
What happened
episode.
to
Have you-
William?
Like, I don't know when you've been watching this. Like, I know you the titles like while we're going,
Yeah.
but I don't know if you're watching at the time.
A lot of times I'll just like if I'm busy, I'll tune in for like a minute, and then I'll pick a phrase and name the episode, and then be gone.
So then it just becomes semi-arbitrary, which is fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's
No, it doesn't work.
you
It's
know,
fine.
It's like, it can change anytime. We could change that episode into R.I.P. William, but
That's okay. Yeah, well, it got really nasty because like it was already like kind of freaky that they had gotten the thing in the first place
yeah.
in the bathtub, and then it was probably dying when they grabbed it. That's what I think.
You think it was sick?
Yeah, I think it was sick and dying, and then they're like, "Oh, that thing is sick and dying. I'm gonna help it," but it was already like on its like way to death, and then it just
Oh.
died. So It's a
Was
gr-
that like a week?
But how does
could've had
Emily feel?
bird
Isn't that
flu.
Emily the little kid or whatever?
what happened to the kid?
Bad? Yeah.
She was unhappy about the death of the seagull. I guess a little bit.
Probably a good life lesson, I suppose, but still sad.
Not a good life lesson. Don't take seagulls home to your bathtub.
Yeah.
That's a bad life lesson. Definitely
Don't
bad.
do that. Don't do that.
Gross. Bad and gross. Here, I'm gonna call my grandmother and then record a message of the future.
I still wanted to tell you guys about this idea about hyper time.
Oh yeah. You want to tell before I call my grandmother?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it will actually take very long, even though it keeps getting extended. I'm just getting interrupted.
Oh.
We're not getting interrupted, but the
Sure.
conversation goes into other directions. But basically, by doing stuff on the daily hour spreadsheet and with the episodes, we've been looking back in 4-year increments because of the way that the leap years happen. It just makes more sense because
Oh, what the heck?
get a phone call.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I don't know. Hello? Call Cedar.
Oh, Cedar got his new apartment today.
Hi, Cedar.
Oh,
Cedar.
Cedar, are you watching on YouTube? Do you know we're live?
I saw it on Instagram that you were live, and then I called.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
we're-
Watching on YouTube though because I don't have internet yet.
Oh, and your new apartment, huh? That's what Freddy said.
Yeah, I'm in a new apartment. That's not actually the reason I called though. Remember we were talking about tomatoes,
Yes.
Yeah.
and you were like, "What about those greenhouse tomatoes?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't know." Well, the very next day, I was like driving around a couple valleys over, and I passed this giant greenhouse,
Whoa.
and they were growing tomatoes.
Yeah.
But it was more of a cold house than a hot house. No, I think that's what we were talking about, right? It's like
Yeah.
not a hot house,
Yeah,
cold house.
it was called Nature Suite.
Was it air conditioned?
I couldn't really tell. They definitely had the tops were like open.
Hmm.
I think they are air conditioned though. I'm looking at the satellite. Looks like they're air conditioned. They're so big that they went on for like a mile at least.
Wow.
Oh my god. You're in
Yeah.
like the tomato belt of Arizona, huh?
You need tomatoes all the time because of like McDonald's and Whoppers have tomatoes, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Jackson, you just
Salsa.
had a Whopper on your. I mean, you just had a tomato on your burger, didn't you?
I didn't have. No.
Tomatoes
Yeah,
are like
tomato.
traditional, they're like naturally very seasonal, right?
Yeah.
It's in season, though. I just got some
Jackson.
tomatoes from my mom in Eastern Washington.
Cedar's a tomato expert here.
I just measured how long this series of greenhouses was. 2.5 miles.
Wow.
Mm.
As one continuous building, or just building after building for 2.5 miles?
Building after building.
Wow.
It's a lot of greenhouse.
Yeah, but like not that many buildings. They're pretty big individually.
Arizona's got to eat.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, anyways. Thought you guys needed to know about that.
Yeah, tomatoes are very seasonal. Is that right, Cedar?
Yeah, in most climates.
Like without greenhouses, they only grow for like what months?
Summer.
Yeah, they like it hot,
Yeah. But too hot. Arizona's too hot.
Yeah, I think it's too hot.
How's your new apartment?
It's nice. I'm gonna be happy once I get internet, though. I'm still trying to get internet set up.
But is it a? What kind of apartment is it? Is it in a building, or is it like one of those cookie cutter apartment things?
No, it's a unique house. 1 bedroom. Got a little office.
Oh. Gravel?
I'm seeing the living room. Huh?
You got gravel lawn?
Yeah, it's mostly gravel, but there's like a bunch of plants too. seems like most of the landscaping, I think, was put in like a few years ago, but not a ton, not super long ago. So everything is kind of small still. But there's some cool plants.
Did you take all your shelves of houseplants?
I took all the shelves, but the houseplants are at my parents' house.
Oh.
And then I think I'm gonna go up to Portland in October and spend a week or two there, and then grab the houseplants and bring them down.
Yeah, wow. You gonna drive?
Yeah.
Wow. Where is Arizona? It's like...
It touches California.
Oh, okay. South of Nevada?
Yeah. Kind of south and east of Nevada.
It's south and east of Nevada, but it touches California still?
Yep.
Because Nevada has like a point. It goes to a point, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And I mean, where I'm living right now, I think it's like a 45-minute drive to Mexico.
Oh. You have a
Hey,
passport?
Cedar,
I do have a passport, yeah.
have you seen any roadrunners?
You know, I'm not a bird expert, but I saw a bird and I was like, is that a roadrunner?
They're pretty big. They can fly, but they mostly run. They're like around like a crow size, but they have a really long tail.
I feel like I saw one, but I'm looking at pictures now. And next time I feel like I'll know for sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They're
Apparently
so
there's
small. I mean, I
really
know you
good
say they're kind of big.
Birding here, though. I went to this canyon and it was like, there were all these signs about birding and stuff.
That's when you look at birds?
Yeah, it's like you go and try to find birds.
Because the roadrunners aren't as tall as coyotes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, they're way
they're-
smaller.
Oh.
I heard that coyotes actually outpace the roadrunner pretty easily.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, in real life.
Doesn't
Not
seem
Looney
like,
Tunes.
yeah, it doesn't seem like birds could run
House cats
very
can
fast. I guess
catch 'em.
ostriches run. Seems like birds wouldn't be great runners, though. Their legs are made for landing.
Yeah.
They have long legs and they're skinny,
I guess if
I think.
if they can almost fly and they're running, then maybe their running is like it's like barely running. This is like how I fly in my dreams. Like I can't really ever fly, but you just kind of like barely fly. You just go forward really fast. You know, like because you're light, makes you be able to run better. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you have a passport though, because other countries have blocked us off from going into them. I think even Mexico, right?
And, I got my passport like right before all this stuff happened. I was like, great. What am I supposed
me
to do with
too.
this passport now?
They're like, Trump wanted to build that wall, but now they're like, you should have built that wall, cause you can't come here either. You know? Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
They're building a wall right now down here, and it's killing a bunch of endangered fish.
Oh.
It's a water wall.
They
Like
have to
that.
use water to make the cement or something, and so they're like draining all these precious wetlands in the desert.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really sad and fucked up.
Wow, what a horrible thing to use water for in the middle of like a crazy desert, and also we're having like droughts and fires, and seems like
I know, it's terrible.
you could use water for
Are
a lot
you-
of other better
Yeah,
things.
are you experiencing any of that smoke from the fires? Or you're pretty far from that.
I have been, but it's been better the last day or two.
Oh. I'm gonna record messages of the future. Here we go. Hey, future, it's us, the past. Woo!
Oh, past. I mean, future. We're here to talk about a lot of things today. Get to hear about tomatoes from Cedar, the moon from Berd. Berd, say hello.
Hello.
Bird's inside now
Hello.
and shaved off your mustache, and Jackson.
Yeah. Yep.
Does Cedar have his houseplants yet, Future? Maybe.
Good question.
Time will tell.
Bye,
It's
Future.
gone.
My theory of hyper time.
Yeah, maybe you should just say that. Cedar, you want to hear about this?
Yeah, what's the deal?
I've got a new idea that possibly we have larger time cycles. We always think that the years are always the same, and we can look at each month and say like, oh, last month was a lot like, or last year's, August was this much different to the current August, but there's a lot of similarities, and we can call back to that. And so we think we're in this like a single year cycle, but I would like to theorize and explore the idea that we're actually in a larger 4-year hyper time cycle, where it's like,
Whoa.
where it's, how we think about even like hours in a day, and we've got like, 2 12-hour blocks that are essentially the same cycle, but they do different things, and like the same numbers. I kind of think that's almost the way that we're dealing with the months of the year and even years themselves. So there are these weird parallels that keep showing up even just on the program when you're like looking back 4 years in the past and then 8 years in the past. All these instances line up of just what's going on in the world that aren't necessarily the same lineup as like if it was the same day of the month 3 years ago. And I think there's other larger things, like that's also the 4-year cycle also seems to be tied to maybe like cicadas, and then also diseases and monsoons and stuff. I think there's like larger timescale things going on. So I'd just like to maybe get people to consider that and try to pay attention to those kind of things.
We just call it like quad years or something.
Yeah, I was going to call it a hyper year, but I think quad year is also pretty good.
Yeah, or it's like, remember last hyper year? Hyper year sounds better. Quad year is more descriptive.
That's true. Yeah.
But then we're trying to get away from the concept of single years anyway.
I think that it makes sense to have as like a cyclical year or like a seasonal year. Like we're definitely rotating through all 4 seasons in that time, but there's larger things that play also beyond just the seasons.
Yeah, we need a word. We need a word for quad year, for hyper year, 4 year,
Yeah.
hyper year.
But it's just, I'm thinking, I did a lot of driving this weekend, so it's got a lot of time to sort of let the mind.
Thinking about hyper years. Where'd you go?
Yeah. I went to Vashon Island to buy a car with Madeline. She bought a car. And I went down to Vancouver to help my sister do yard work.
Now that car
Wow.
all useless. The one at her house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally useless. And then I went today up to Seattle to bring Uncle Don his TV and VCR.
Wow.
So kind of all
Wow,
over the
you
place.
really
I
have
feel like
been
I
driving a lot.
was staying pretty safe, but it's still a lot, and gotta be careful out there. Don't travel.
Yeah.
I did.
What do you eat when you travel?
You just eat. I ate down here. I ate a burrito from the burrito truck and then drove up, eating the burrito on the road.
All right. I still haven't. I haven't left like a 3 or 4 block radius since March or May. Yeah.
March, yeah, definitely March, April for sure.
I haven't left like the 4 block radius since April. Yeah. All right, Sid, I'm gonna call my grandmother. We got about 5 minutes. Thanks for talking to us today.
All right. Talk to you later.
Later. We're on every night, every 45.
Bye, Cedar.
Bye, Cedar. Bye. You can zoom if you
Bye.
want to. Okay, bye. All right, here goes. Call Grandma before the show's over. Is that your hyper year? You got any more hyper year stuff?
No, I gotta look into it some more. It's still just kind of in the beginnings of it.
Maybe we should look at 2016.
Yeah, we can see what's happening back in 2016.
Grandma, you gonna be awake?
You waited till the end of the program.
Yeah. Bird, you shaved your mustache. Hello?
Leave a name and number and survive.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Grandma. Did I wake you up?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? You want to go back to sleep?
Okay.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
All right, Grandma's going to sleep.
That's so nice of her to answer.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
if she's asleep.
If she didn't answer, I would be yelling on the message machine. That's right next to her bed.
What time does she usually, turn in for the night?
Sometimes she doesn't sleep for like 24 hours.
Oh, God.
So sometimes she's sleeping. It's
Buffets.
it's hard to know.
Yeah. Mr. Gintu's going on a tirade.
Talk to Lewis about Star Trek.
Going on
We have a pretty high average watch time right now on the.
It's all cross-talk. The baby and hell yeah, dog.
11:30 and 2 a.m. on TCV channel 22,
average watch time.
360-836-4384. Call and leave a message. Get on
That's
TV.
great.
State and capital, come on.
I'm watching it right now on YouTube, and it says there's 5 watching.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, 5. Who's watching on YouTube? Comment on the thing. Or don't. I guess you're trying to be separate.
Labor Day 2016.
Just on the Zoom.
Phones were down for part of the
Say-
episode, so we used our wits.
Hi,
Conversed like human
YouTube
beings.
Where's Carl?
Where's
watchers.
Carl? John Webster's TV is
4
really
years
loud.
ago. You see that, Bird?
Dobler's going somewhere.
See these comments?
Chinese restaurants.
No.
Some guy puked on the floor.
I'm,
All that and more.
Somebody puked on the floor in the past.
TV channel 22,
no.
360-836-4384. Call and leave a message. Get on TV.
We are not live.
Lisa W.
You are probably drunk.
Lisa W says hello on YouTube chat.
Lucky tonight and take it over there. The mother might come back if she thinks there's a bunch of food around here.
Mr. Ginsu somehow rescued a baby squirrel, but he's not sure what to do with it.
What? Carl helped somebody move into a trailer.
It's horrible. It's the cutest little fucker.
Oh,
What if it's a rat?
hard to go.
Cutest little fucker.
11:30 and 2 a.m. on TCV channel 22.
It was.
It was.
Give it that.
What'd you name it? Did you give it a name, Mr. Ginsu?
No.
Comes with Laura D
I just put
from
it.
yesterday.
Wow.
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 What is that mountain?
An eruption of
Amazing. It's the commercial. Freddy was here.
I erupted in craziness.
We talked to Luke about a buzzing sound. We talked to Supper Club. We're
Mania.
going to be here on Labor Day.
Mania level.
Yeah, Carl's on a mania level. It's because of the steroids. Remember that? Remember at TCTV? He was on the steroids.
Oh, Carl's on
2
steroids?
a.m. on TCV channel 22.
Wow.
360-836-4384. You can be on TV.
Call the message. Get on TV.
You.
Hey, hi 2017. It's
What am I
August
pointing at?
31st.
You.
Bye.
Your daily hour.
Yeah, this is the day.
Wow. Hey, it's September 1st.
Hey,
Flashback
everybody.
from the past. We watch an episode from March.
Carl's
April.
moving or helping
May.
people move.
May.
Carl's moving. Mr. Ginsu is having some existential crisis and some anger at the world.
We're singing the national anthem
Big
tomorrow.
surprise. Oh, yeah, starting.
We're
Oh,
gonna stand up
no.
and salute the flag.
Are you still doing that?
So apparently I was like,
started that today?
I was like kind of slightly upset about that Colin whatever, that guy, you know, the guy.
Sure, I've heard that name.
Oh, now it's like that guy is like a Black Lives Matter hero. So I was like mad. I was like mad at a Black Lives Matter like pillar this whole time or something. So maybe I was wrong. You know, I could have.
A year ago, you know.
But I still like the national anthem. I'm not happy that the
You know,
right wingers took over like national pride. You know.
yeah, it's a little weird, but it is also the national anthem. I think we can definitely say is better than the Pledge of Allegiance. Which, if you think about the Pledge of Allegiance, that one's way easier than the national anthem.
I still like. It's confusing. I have a place in my heart for the national anthem, but it was probably written by like slave owners and definitely war people. So I see
Yeah.
all that, but it's just
There's
like
something
baseball.
about, like, the other verses that we don't usually sing that maybe are the bad parts. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know though.
People are like, oh, what about all this racism and slavery? And I'm like, but what about baseball? So I don't.
That's fine. So Cedar is moving, and Carl was moving, and
Oh, yeah.
he's having an existential crisis, and everyone is having an existential crisis.
Looks like the weather's the same too. Maybe.
I think you're right.
Well, that would make sense, because it was the same hyper year ago. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, thanks, Freddy.
It doesn't disprove anything either.
Yeah. Thanks, Jackson. Thanks, Berd. Thanks, Grandma, for waking up. Thanks, Lisa W on YouTube. Thanks, Cedar. And is that it? Are we talking to anybody else today? I think that might be it.
I think that might be it.
We made it again to Tuesday. Tomorrow's gonna be Wednesday. Who knows what the next day holds? I'm gonna start like I don't know. We left a cliffhanger like on the season finale.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna be like, so every time I'm gonna be like, ah! Right before the show ends. Oh no, another cliff! I've fallen off yet another cliff. All right, here's the credits. We made it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Splashing around in the water. Dung 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 dung.
Oh, nice.
Wow, that's so cute.
Thanks for
Oh, are
watching.
they fighting? They're fighting.
It's
Are those
splashing.
walrus?
It's Tuesday. We're on TCTV channel 22, 11:30, and 2 a.m. Check it out. Yeah, YDHWM.com.
Does this mean you're 2 weeks away from the 10-year anniversary?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
We're,
pretty close.
18 days.
September 19th. 19 days, 18 days. How does that work? We have FBI. It's a good song. Thank you.
I think it's 18 days.
TCTV, oh baby,
Okay, so-
Jody Fabulous, Graham, Subscribe, Condom, I'm up to Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you, and viewers you're watching, thank you. Hell yeah, dog.
Oh yeah.
Bye. I talked to my drink.